Hi, I'm Brad Hollowell, one of the hosts of the Black Guy White Guy Show. Today I want to talk about whether or not the Democratic Party is a big tent party. I think when you discuss this issue, you have to take in consideration the issues of the day, for instance, gay marriage, for instance, abortion, and the Second Amendment, in other words, gun rights. One of the other things you have to take in consideration as you discuss this issue is, are you a multi-issue voter or a one-issue voter? So, basically, I think that you might decide, or you might think that the Democratic Party is a big tent party if you are a multi-issue voter. In other words, as you decide who you're going to vote for, you think about a number of issues, and if, for instance, the Democratic Party seems to be in your corner on the vast majority of issues you think about, you probably think of the Democratic Party as a big tent party. If, in fact, you are a one-issue voter, say you are a pro-life Democrat, which I know a lot of you out there are going, that doesn't happen, that doesn't exist, and that's one of the problems. This is a party that used to have pro-life Democrats, and I believe still does, but if you say to yourself, well, you have to be pro-choice in order to be a Democrat, you are thinking small tent, and you need to take that in consideration. There needs to be room in the party for people who have differing views, whilst they may have the majority of their views be in line with the Democratic Party, even though one of their views may not, if the Democratic Party is going to be a big tent party. The nature of big tent is that people with differing views can still fit inside the party. If you are a one-issue voter, and that one issue is, say, you being against gay marriage, then you are going to vote with the one party that agrees with you, and you're going to consider the Democratic Party to be a small tent party, and you're probably not a Democrat, or you're a reluctant Democrat. So, why am I even bringing this up? Well, in the last couple of days, some prominent African Americans have come out in favor of gay marriage, where the vast majority of the black community is not in favor of gay marriage. Now, if you want my personal opinion, I think whoever wants to get married to whoever, I just don't have a problem with it. I don't think that what someone does over in their house really affects the marriage of someone in another house. So that's my personal opinion. But to get back onto the subject, the bottom line here is that there's a number of ways to try to figure out whether you believe the party's big tent. One way is to just look at your issues. Again, multi-issue voter, you're probably saying to yourself, well, they seem to be encompassing these different issues. I may disagree with them here or there, but that sounds big tent to me. If you are, for instance, like myself, pro-Second Amendment, a gun owner, you're for gun rights, and you feel like there is no place in the party for you because you don't agree with the majority of the Democratic Party on the issue, then you may be saying to yourself, well, this isn't a big tent party. I believe that the Democratic Party is a big tent party because I am a multi-issue voter. So while I don't necessarily like exactly where they stand on gun rights and Second Amendment issues, I believe that they're in line with my issues as far as, or what I believe as far as social welfare, social justice, civil rights, all of those things I'm in line with the Democratic Party on. And so I see them as having these multiple issues and a lack of litmus test. On the other hand, I think that if you compare the Democratic Party to the Republican Party and say who's more big tent, I think you have to give it to the Democrats, especially right now in this day and age where the Tea Party has so much influence on the Republican Party, and their very motto is to not work together or compromise with anyone else, the Democratic Party specifically in Congress and in the Senate. And so while we're willing to compromise, which is a trait of a big tent party, the Republican Party right now doesn't seem all that interested in compromising. and that seems very small tent. When considering all of this, I think you have to ask yourself, do you believe that the party's big tent because you're getting what you want from the party, or you believe the party is in line with what you believe? Or is the party small tent because you're not getting from the party what you believe you need from the party because of, say, one or two issues? I'm not actually going to answer this question for anyone in this video. I would like to hear from people out there in YouTube land and see what you have to say about whether this Democratic Party is or is not big tent. So, again, I'm Brett Hollowell. You can listen to the Black Guy White Guy show. You just have to go to our website. It's at www.blackguywhiteguy.com. You can find us on iTunes. Just look up the Black Guy White Guy show in its entirety. You can find us on Facebook. Just look up the Black Guy White Guy show. You can comment on Twitter. If you we're at BGuyWGuy, and you can now find us on YouTube. The easiest way to get to our YouTube videos is to go to our website, www.blackguywhiteguy.com, and go to the blog roll, where you'll find a link to our YouTube site. Thank you.